Hello, everyone. If you're excited as I am, kindly share your reaction. I want you to start clicking the reaction button. Let's see how excited you are. Okay, keep them coming, keep them coming. It's time, the moment we've all been waiting for. After months of planning and plotting, it's finally execution. The maiden edition of the Eduline Innovation Summit 23 is here. And this edition brings together industry experts and budding leaders in and around the tech space. With seasoned panelists, well-versed hosts, this summit promises to be informative, educative, and really entertaining. A warm welcome to our guest speaker, panelists, the Headline team partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, participants. We cannot do this without you. Welcome to the Headline Innovation Summit. This summit is brought to you by RayTech Eduline, the Telecommunications Engineering Students Association, the Association of Computer Engineering Students, Tech Talk YouTube channel, the CWBD. I am Adigal Alpwana, a budding leader and social entrepreneur with a passion for everything technology, especially in the sustainable development space. I am your host and moderator, and I'll be doing this. Okay, so my co-host isn't available at the moment, but when he does come, he'll introduce himself. So at this point, we have a task for you, for all participants, all panelists. You see, we started this summit with incentives, with prizes, with amazing offers. So go to your social media pages, follow, like, share, and follow us at RayTech Eduline on YouTube. Share, like, follow Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to check, you'll find us there. LinkedIn. So start tweeting, start posting, start sharing it because at the end of the day, we have exciting prizes, we have discounts for upcoming master classes, workshops for our participants. We have tickets for limited programs. We have tech toolkits and so much more. So you have to do this to get access. Feel free to share whatever comments you have in the comment section. We will soon present. This is a gentle reminder. This is still the Eduline Innovation Summit 23, the maiden edition, the first of its kind. If you are joining us, it isn't by mistake, it is by divine orchestration. You are part of something bound to be beautiful, something extraordinary, the first of its kind. It's the platform for young person students to share their concerns, to get to learn more about the technology rather than the tech field. So, still on the socials, let me see your reactions. If you're happy, let me see your thumbs up. Let me see your celebration emojis. Let me see your hands clapping. Yeah, make show some love. Show some love. You guys are doing a lot. You are being amazing. I want you to also share the reactions for how you're feeling. So, as stated earlier, we do have a guest speaker in our midst. He's a very accomplished man. So, when it's time to introduce him, we'll go straight into it. But moving on to um, a significant part of this event, we're going to have the panelist discussion. And the theme for this event is empowering youth to thrive in the 21st century tech space. So, capitalizing on this theme, I want you all to go in the comment section and then explain in your own words what this theme means. Empowering youth to thrive in the 21st century tech space. If it means giving money to students, to young persons so they can enter, put it down there. We'll read them when we do have the time. And also feel free to introduce yourself in the comment section, get to network, get to know each other, get to connect, because this is our time. We are young. This is our space. Now we move on straight to the panelists discussing, and our panelists are well seasoned, as we stated. Some are students, some are very accomplished techpreneurs, and we're going to start with them. So our first panelist is in the person of Dorcas Seshi Afimato. Dorcas, if you're around, let's see an emoji expressing excitement. She's a physics and computer science student from the University of Ghana. She's a tech enthusiast. She's the human resource manager for Build Site Tech, a tech startup in Ghana championing sustainable development and tech innovation. She's the financial secretary for the Physics Students Association of Ghana. She's a Huawei Seed for the Future alumnus, and she was selected amongst top 35 top brilliant girls in Ghana for the AIMS Ghana Girls in Mathematics program. Make some noise. I want to see clapping in the reaction button. Let's welcome Dorcas Seshi. Dorcas, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How do you feel about this session?
I feel it's very insightful. Insightful in the sense that we panelists are going to share our experiences to our fellow youth on how to thrive in the 21st century tech space. So yeah, I'm so thrilled to be here.
Wow, so we're also very excited to have you here. It is an honor to have you around to support this initiative. Um, Guys, you are reminded if you're not on the floor, kindly mute your speaker so that we wouldn't have interference and sound. So we are moving on to our next panelist. He is Lawson Boabasa. He's a student from the University of Mines and Technology studying computer science and software engineering. He initiated a top project known as AgroGuard as an intervention to mitigate the threat of food insecurity in Ghana. As a software engineer from AK Limited, he was the first runner-up for the maiden edition of the SciTech Innovation Challenge organized by Primetime and the winner for Lancaster University Ghana's hackathon. Make some noise for Lawson. Lawson, how are you doing?
Yeah, Alvin, I'm doing great. How are you too?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Lawson, in one word, how would you describe how this summit is going to turn out?
One word would be fun. To be very fun. Yeah.
To be very fun. So Lawson, we'll move on straight to introduce the other panelists and we move back to ask questions. I hope
All
that's
right.
cool.
Sure.
Yes, so our next panelist is Sharon Enam Yalui. I believe I got the name right. Sharon, if you're in the house, let's see your emojis, let's see them. Yes, she's the Women's Commissioner for the Computer Engineering Department of ACES, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. She's the ambassador for C Global Education. She's a core team member of the Google Developers Club, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and a cybersecurity intern. Sharon, tell us, how are you feeling at the moment? How does it feel to be part of big summit?
Thank you, Alvin. Yeah, I'm really excited for this informative session because this is the first time I've ever been a panelist, and I'm excited to share what I have to help everyone.
We are also excited to also hear what you have for us. And moving on to our next panelist, he is Jesse Mura. He's a student from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He's a junior software engineer. He's an upcoming project manager and Scrum Master. He's a hardware team lead at Build SciTech, and he's a national finalist for the 2022 Huawei ICT competition. And he's currently working on an e-waste management project. Jesse, how are you feeling? Hello, Jesse.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. If you can hear Jesse, I want to see your emojis flying.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so Jesse,
All
how are
right.
you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling excited, and it's a great opportunity to be here to share what I have by my experience so far in the tech space to everyone who would like to get started. Yes.
Thank you for that, Jesse.
Thank you.
And now the panelists, we will be honored if you could show your faces. We want to see the beautiful men and women behind the camera's lens. We want to get to know you better. So when we see you outside, we know, hey, I saw him here, I saw her there. So let's see your faces. And now we move on. We are moving on straight into the conversations. We need to make sure our participants do understand the depth and the context to which these conversations are going to be best. So I'm starting with Lawson. Lawson, what is technology? Kindly break it down for for our participants.
All right. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, technology is basically applying scientific knowledge and concepts in building machines or systems that tend to solve problems. So simply, that's how I can put technology.
Thank you for that, Lawson. Participants, I hope you have your writing pads. You are taking down the food for thought because this you wouldn't get anywhere else, only on the Eduline Innovation Summit 23. Sharon, what does the tech space have to offer?
The tech space is full of endless opportunities. It has vast, mind-blowing things you could ever think of. So yeah, I would say first, career opportunities. Um, in the tech industry, there's a wide array of fields or career fields you could divert into or enter into. So one thing I would say is number one, career opportunities. Yeah, and another thing I would say is the tech space is a playground of smart individuals with innovative solutions to help better the lives of everyone on earth here. So the tech space has a lot of wide array of innovative ideas and things to better the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Sharon. So we're moving on straight to Jesse. Jesse, is technology important? Give us the significance of technology, and if possible, you can cite an example of its relevance.
So for me, technology is really, really important in our current age today. And the reason I'm saying this is technology is taking over everything. I mean, it's taking over each and every sector in our country. Let me use our country Ghana for example. And so let me cite uh, one example. So in our health sector, the manual way of going to the hospital, making sure that your record book is being taken and it is being sent to the OPD for your vitals to be checked. Right now, when you go to the hospital, I mean, most hospitals, you realize that there's nothing like the manual system over there because everything is automated, and that's how the tech industry has been and will continue to be in the coming years. In the coming years.
Thank you very much for that, Jesse. And very soon we'll be introducing our guest speaker and go straight to the next round of panelist discussions. But before then, Dorcas, can you tell us how do you navigate the tech space, especially with no prior experience?
All right. So, to navigate the tech space with no prior experience, for me, I think we need to have curiosity, courage, and creativity. Curiosity in the sense that we are open to learn new things and explore new possibilities. Courage in the sense that we are willing and able to take risks and face challenges. And we being creative in the sense that we are able to think outside the box to find solutions to problems. Then also, navigating into the tech space, it normally depends on the individual in the sense that one has to have a growth mindset, which means that he or she has to improve his or her skills and ability through effort and feedback, whether he or she has a mentor or not. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Dorcas. And she said it. You need to have a curious mind. In Ghana, we are very popular with the saying that curiosity kills a cat, but I beg to differ and would say that satisfaction brought it back. If you're excited, I want to see you flooding the reaction bar. Let's move straight to introduce our guest speaker. So our guest speaker is Dr. Kwame Opunimboache Obo Ajekum. He is a lecturer, a telecommunications engineer from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with a master's in information and communication engineering. He also has a doctorate in computer science and engineering from the University of Electronic Science and Technology, China. With a resounding silent clap using the reaction button, let's welcome Dr. Obo. He has an excellent track record in grooming the next crop of technology innovators, and he has contributed immensely to the development of young persons in the technology space. Doctor, if you can hear me, the floor is yours. Kindly accept our invitation to be our guest speaker.
All right, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. It's good having people around who are interested in technology and then how the world is moving. And then so it's always appreciable if we get this opportunity to talk to people. Please, how many minutes do I have?
You have about 15 minutes. So, Doctor, the theme for this event is empowering youth to thrive in the 21st century tech space. Before
Okay.
you move straight to the theme, can you tell us a bit about yourself and the significance of technology in today's world?
Okay. All right. I think you've already introduced me to everyone, but then I'll do it once again. So I have a very long name, but then you can just call me Dr. Bo. That's fine. So I hold a PhD in computer science and engineering from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. And then I had my bachelor degree in telecommunication engineering from 2010 to 2014. And then I became a teaching assistant for my national service. After that, I moved on to China for my master degree for 2 years, after which I continued with the PhD for 4 years. But then COVID brought me back, so I completed over here. I had my PhD defense online. So after that, I applied to KNUST, and then fortunately, I was appointed a lecturer in the Department of Telecom Engineering. So it's been 2 years now since I started lecturing, and then it's been wonderful. Yeah, I'm married, by the way, and then yeah, sure, that's me. I'm very interested in technology, and then how it solves problems and how it helps people. So that is me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Doc. Dr. Bo, tech and academia. What is the link between tech and academia?
Okay, looking at the industrial revolution we are in now, we are in the fourth one. Okay, and then everything is centered on data. Okay, so irrespective of where you find yourself, you are going to be working with data, be it academia, be it industry, or whatever. You are going to be working with data. So once you are interested in data, it means you need to be very sharp when it comes to technology. You need to know the ins and outs of all the current trends of technology around. And then it's not an easy task. So, assuming you are a student, all right, you are focusing on your books, but then at the same time, you should have some skill sets that you should have developed because nowadays, the job market, the players in there are not interested in what you studied, but then what you can offer to the company as well. So you may be a first class recipient or whatever, but then if you don't have the necessary skills to thrive in the industry, it's not going to be enough. So gone were the days when during my time we're all concerned about making good grades. We didn't really know what the trends in technology were, but then that isn't the case now. So, in as much as we continue to focus on our books as students, we should also find time and then develop ourselves in the sense of getting to know what is happening around you, getting to know what the current trends of technology are. So we should be abreast with time, and then yeah, we should be abreast with time and then see what we can do to improve ourselves. I think someone asked what the fourth industrial revolution is. Okay, so we've had some series of revolutions. I think the first one was about the steam engines that dealt with transportation, and then we moved to electricity, and then we moved to machinery, and then now we are in the world of data. Everything around you is data. So what can you do with that data that you have? That is what this industrial revolution is about. Yeah. So basically, that is it.
Yeah, thank you for that submission, Doc. Participants, it's time to start getting down the notes. We have Dr. Bo here. He's here to answer questions. So you can start preparing your questions in the comment section. When it's time, we'll attend to them. Doc, how
Yeah.
do we harness the potential of youth in the tech space, the potential of young persons in the tech space?
Well, what I would say is that now we have a lot of resources available. Okay, so let me cite an example. During my days in the university, first degree, we knew of YouTube, but then what I would do on YouTube was just to watch football highlights. So matches I couldn't get a chance to watch, I'll just browse YouTube, watch the highlights, and then that's all. And then when I got to China, that's when I realized YouTube was very powerful. So the professors over there, they would teach us a certain course we wouldn't understand. But then a colleague of mine told me that if that happens, I just come back to the room, browse my YouTube, and then search for that particular course and then study it. So that's I knew that YouTube had that particular power. Since then, everything you don't understand, there's nothing new under the sun. Once you search on Google, you would get results. So if you want further study, you look at the resources that are available and then you utilize them. That's how we can learn. Because, for example, I'm talking about the use of data. Now, no one is going to really teach you what data science is. But then if you can go online and then make that inquiry on your own, that's when you get to know what you get to learn what you are missing. Okay, so everything now is around us. We just have to utilize them and then see how best we can develop ourselves.
Thank you very much for that. So everything is just around us. We just need to find how to utilize them. So we're moving on, Doc. We'll be moving on straight to the panelist discussion, and you are one of our panelists. The other panelists are already on the call, so we will just delve straight in. To all participants, to everyone, it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit 23, and we are having very insightful conversations. Our guest speaker has just spoken, and it's time to move straight to the panel discussion. If you're excited, if you are as excited as I am, let's see the reactions. Let's see them coming. Keep them coming. So, our first question to this second discussion. This is going to Dorcas. As young persons, what structures are in place to support our transition into this space, the tech space?
All right. So it's an interesting question because I've been asked this question about 3 or 4 times. And as I see, as young persons, there are many structures in place to support our transition into the tech space, of course. So the first being educational programs and then the courses that are available to teach us the skills and knowledge we need to succeed in the tech space. The second one too is the competitions and then the hackathons that challenge us to apply our skills and knowledge to solve the real world problems. Then also, I believe that internships and apprenticeships are also structures that help to give us the hands-on experience and exposure to real-world projects. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Doc, this question is to you. In your submission, you mentioned that there are opportunities in the tech space, but how do we tap into those opportunities? Hello, Doc. Okay, so moving on to our next panelist, Lawson. What opportunities are there in the tech space, and how do you tap into those opportunities?
All right, thank you very much for the question. Yeah, so in the tech space, there are a lot of opportunities. Yeah, we have scholarships, we have some other career opportunities you can access. So you can easily tap into these opportunities by joining the right group or the right communities. For instance, when you find yourself on a platform like LinkedIn, you always see people talking about the projects they build, the events they attend, and all that. You can easily network with such people and find your way throughout the whole tech journey. So that's one way of tapping into opportunities in tech. That's networking. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Lawson. So one way to tap into the opportunities in the tech space is by networking. On that note, I am Alvin Adigao on all socials, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Thread. Yes, so do so to follow me, connect with me, and you get a chance to grow as a tech enthusiast. And we are moving on to our next panelist, Sharon. How do we stand out in the tech space, considering the competition in the space? Or before you answer this question, is there really competition in the tech space?
Thank you, Alvin, for the question. Yes, there is competition in the tech space. Competition in the sense that employers are always looking for people with the right skill set, the skill set that matches the job they want done. And then a lot of people, because of the resources in the resources everyone is available, is because of the resources everybody can have access to. It's easy for everyone to make a decision to learn a skill or become a master in a certain skill. So yes, quite some there's quite um,
Competition. So how do we stand out in the space? Okay, so we are moving on straight to um, Sharon.
I had
Are
a
you back?
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, so one way to stand out in the tech space is to specialize on a niche. It's better to just choose one discipline or one field in the tech space and specialize on that. Really know your way around that particular niche. That way you stand out because mastery is everything. And one thing I also say is building your portfolio. Your portfolio is an opportunity for you to showcase your skills, your achievements, your talents, everything. So you have to utilize this opportunity. Put everything you know you can on your portfolio. Showcase it to the world. And the last thing I'll say is networking. Everybody stresses on networking because we all know what networking can do. you can have the right skill set and everything, but you need someone to link you up to an opportunity or a space in a or a job opportunity. Yes, so networking is very important. Reach out to people, attend events, be polite, just be free, make friends. Yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you very much for that, Sharon. Um, Dr. Bo, are we well equipped as young people to harness technology for development? And if we are not, how do we get to that extent?
Please, can you ask the question again?
Yes, please. I'm asking, are we well equipped as young people to harness technology for development? And if we are not, how do we get to that stage?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe we are, because one thing my mom always tells me: so once you are a kid, your job is to learn, yeah, and then there are a lot of avenues for us to learn and then to develop. So I think all the opportunities are available, all the resources. Once again, they are just there for us to utilize them. So if you are a young person, you really don't have a lot of responsibilities. So I think you should use your time very well to develop yourself. And then I like one person talked about networking. Yeah, that is very important as an individual. You should know the kind of people you roll with, and what they can help you with, and then what you can also help them with. It's very important. Yeah, so I think everything is at our disposal for us to use. We just should know how to use them very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And this question is to all panelists, but I'll mention the your name, your respective names, and you get to go at it. So, from the perspective of a non-tech person or someone who isn't in the tech space, how do you enter into the tech space? What's that entry point? So, Doctor, if you could start.
Um, well, I think you should be ready to learn. You should dedicate your time for learning, and then you should be adventurous. That's what I would say. Because assuming you would want to start with a programming language, yeah, you should give your all in doing that, in learning that particular language. And then you should be serious. When it comes to studies, you should be very serious. It's not a 50-50 thing. Either you go all in or you stay back. Yeah, so I think those are the things that you need as an individual, as a starter, yeah, in this space.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Doc. Losing in about 30 seconds, kindly tell us how do you enter into the tech space, or if you can share a brief summary of how you entered into the tech space, we'll really appreciate it.
All right. So as Doc said, you should be ready to learn. Yeah. So what you should do first is there are resources out there. Okay. So we have YouTube. That's like the most used platform for learning. Yeah. So what I did personally, what I did was I just downloaded lots of YouTube courses. So let's say I want to start web development. What I'll do is I'll just go on online, watch some videos, and see the one that I could easily relate with. So I would download those videos and start watching them. Then I also have some people in my contact list that are already into these things or into tech. So I just communicate with them when I have some difficulties and they help me out. So the things are find the resources and also try to talk to people who are already into tech so that they can assist you. Okay, else you might get lost. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you for that, Losing. And to the participants, feel free to start sending in your questions in the comment section. We are working by the clock, so when we are done with the discussions, we'll attend to your questions. Sharon, what's the entry point into the tech space, or how did you enter into the tech space? In 30 seconds. We can't hear you.
What I'll say is self-assessment. That's the first entry point into entering into the tech space. First, you have to know your interests, decide which career field you want to enter. Because of the plethora of career fields in the tech space, you can't just enter this tech space and start learning everything. First, assess yourself, know your skills, know your strength, and then try to look at where you can fit in and where you'll be able to thrive most in. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much for that, Sharon. And to our other panelist, Dorcas, what's the entry point into the tech space? How did you enter in 30 seconds?
All right. So for me, I feel that the entry point in the tech into the tech space is when one is these online courses and stuff. I was like, whoa, these look very interesting. So if I wasn't that curious to know more, I wouldn't be where I am today. So after one becomes curious, one should also define his or her purpose, why he or she is learning this thing or that thing. Because I feel when we are thinking of things to do, it's not simple choosing one thing to focus on in the tech space because it's a lot. There are lots of stuff over there. So I feel as after one defines his or her purpose, he or she should develop the interest, the passion, and to work on it. So that's basically what I think is the
Thank you very much for that. So, participants, this is basically to inform you that there are different perspectives from our panelists. The entry points were different, but they were all united in the fact that they were ready to learn, ready to assimilate new things. Curiosity was driving them, and they are able to thrive because they are networking, building connections, and doing a lot of learning. So I hope you are noting down your questions. If you're excited, let me see your reaction. Remember, we have exciting souvenirs, exciting packages for active participants. Let me see your thumbs up. Let me see your congratulatory messages, your smileys. Let them all keep coming. Yes, thank you for that. And it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit 23. We are empowering young persons in the tech space, giving necessary advice on navigating this particular field. And now this question is to all panelists. Is it hard to enter into the tech space? Doc,
Yeah, you asked whether it's difficult to enter.
yeah, is it difficult to enter the tech
No,
space?
not at all. It's not choked, okay? Yeah, because everyone has a particular skill that he or she has honed. So you just need to know what you are interested in, um, perfect yourself in that particular area, and then the jobs they keep on coming because day in day out we are sacking people, we are hiring people, so you just have to be ready. So I'm not sure it's true, and then I'm not sure it's also difficult to do that.
Thank you for that. Losing, is it difficult to enter the tech space?
Yeah, it's absolutely not difficult, just as Doc said. It's not difficult at all. Every now and then you see someone talking about tech, you see innovations all around. I mean, the gateway is quite huge. So you could just contact someone or you have resources, as I said. So it's not very difficult.
Thank you for that. And Sharon, is it difficult from your perspective?
As Doc and Lawson said, no, it's not difficult at all. Considering the hype around tech nowadays, when you go on social media, it's always tech, something tech, there's new innovation. On our WhatsApp statuses, story, our Snap stories, technology, the hype around tech is always there. So no, it's not difficult at all. You just have to go online, search for resources, connect with people, and that's all. You're good to go. Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you for that. And Dorcas, do you share in their sentiment or
yeah. Well, it's not hard to enter the tech space if as individuals, we have the right mindset, attitude, and approach, we are good to go. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. And now the question I believe is on everybody's mind. When do we start cashing out from the tech space? When do you start getting the moolah, the l'argent from the tech space? Lawson, please start with us.
Okay, so that's a very tricky question. How, when do we start cashing out of the tech space? All right, so I would say there's no specific time. There's no any specific time you would say you'll be cashing out of the tech space. It's just a matter of being ready. So when you keep on practicing, you get to a point where you realize, okay, now I can build advanced level projects, and you find one such projects online. Someone be online, be like, okay, I need someone to build me a website, okay, and you just look at the requirement and you know that, okay, I can actually build this website, and you just take the gig and that's it, and that's how you start cashing out. So there's no particular time or moments where you would say, okay, yeah, this is the time for me to cash out.
Thank you. Um, Sharon, how is the cash out in the tech space in 10 seconds?
I agree with Lawson that there's no specific or particular time for cashing out. But when you are right and um when you are able to harness your skills to the maximum level, that's when you start cashing out. When you're able to deliver to clients, that's when you start cashing out.
Thank you very much for that. And Dorcas, what about you?
Right. So in this world, there's time for everything. So to cash out, we don't know the specific time. But then if you have a clear and a realistic plan that outlines your goals, your strategies and actions, you are good to go.
Okay, is Jesse on the line? If Jesse's on the line, kindly share your thoughts on this too. Okay, so it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit. Let's quickly recap on the conversations we've had as our colleagues join us on this call. So it was very clear from the beginning that in order to thrive in the tech space, you need to be curious, and curiosity in the sense that you should be ready to learn. You should do a lot of research. When you find something, when you see something you do not understand, you can reach out to persons within your circle, your close knit group, and find out information. If it is still not enough, you can go straight to YouTube. YouTube should be your best friend. Just as we are told that the books are supposed to be our best friend, we're also supposed to let the YouTube have its place in our lives. So you can learn lots of things from CSS to HTML, JavaScripting to even more complex um, circumstances or situations, you can get all of them solved and answered on YouTube. So take advantage of the opportunity, and you can also network because these days it is very clear that your network is your network. So you're still reminded this is the Eduline Innovation Summit. You can start sharing your contact information on the in the comment section. Try and connect with people, try and get to know one another. You can feel free. We are still streaming live on YouTube. It's the Eduline. It's brought to you by Raytech Eduline, the Telecommunications Engineering Students Association, the Association of Computer Engineering Students, Tech Talk YouTube channel, and the CWBD. I am still Adiga Alvin, and I'm still taking you on this journey of empowerment as young people in the tech space. And I believe at this point, my host is here. If Mubarak is here, you can introduce yourself and we move on.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tijan Mubarak. I'm his co-host, as he said. Sorry for coming or joining late, but I'm still here, and I hope everything goes well from now on. And yeah. So basically, that's.
Yes, thank you for that, Mubarak. So, Mubarak, how has the summit been so far? let us know how has it been.
Okay, I haven't been here for too long, but for the time I've been here, everything has been nice. The communication between you and everybody, especially the panelists, how they were able to answer the questions, and the guest, I must say, he really did well in talking to the and speaking to the people. That's very nice, and I like that everybody's getting to learn something about the tech space, and that's very good of you and everybody to host this.
Yeah, we are getting to learn a lot about the tech space. All participants are reminded to kindly share the link to their networks, to their colleagues who was on the call. And we sincerely apologize for the tech mishap. And we hope you join more and you share your concerns in the comment section. Um, Mubarak, can you share one highlight for you in the tech space? Maybe accomplish something. Tell us a story. Keep us enthused.
For me, I've had a lot of stories in the tech space, but in my short time now I've been in the tech space, I've had a lot of stories, and I think the most funniest one is in especially in my um quest to be a developer and all these stuffs, and I have really got I've really gotten to some point in which I just really wanted to. I just really felt frustrated because I'll learn a lot and things will be going on well. So I've really had a lot of frustration in this in trying to become a tech guy or tech person. But so far so good. I am trying, and to me it's funny because I'm still trying. I'm still trying to be the best I can. I'm still trying to be the best I can be. But um, so far so good. I am doing well, and we thank God. And to me, that is really a story that I have as at now.
Okay, thank you for that, Mubarak. So now, all participants will be sharing with you our LinkedIn profiles, our social media handles, so you can get to connect with us. You can get to follow. You can get to enjoy the content you're putting out there and sharing our journeys as individuals. And this is still the Eduline Innovation Summit. We're still waiting for a few more people to join the call, and then we proceed from there. But then at this point, anybody who wants to share a concern, we can have a brief dialogue on some of the challenges we face as young tech enthusiasts, and maybe we come to a concession on what we can do about it. So, if you're ready, you can raise your hand and we'll see how best we can move forward. Okay, it appears there are still some technical difficulties there, and yes, we can all attest to the fact that Ghana and mobile connection, network, data, Wi-Fi, it's a really different story on its own. And before we move further, I initially said we can start having brief dialogues as young persons, and Basit raises his hand. So Basit, what's your concern in the tech space? And yeah, share with us.
Yeah, can I get a question?
Yes, I was asking, what is your concern in the tech space? What is happening in it which you feel can be done better, or is it good enough? Share your concerns.
Yeah, so mine is you see, as a young generation, like we this set of people, those in level 100, 200, 300, there is like we have to find a way to connect to ourselves very well, like from other universities and everywhere we are, like we have to find a way to connect to ourselves very well because that's the only way we would actually like grow up and eventually affect a big change in this country. Because I don't think anyone who completed school in 2014, 2015 would actually come to you like it might happen, but it will be rare. So if anything, we the young ones are the ones who are actually supposed to connect to ourselves very well and do like certain things because most of the new stuff that are coming, they are happening in our generation, not in their generation. For example, Flutter is going out of the system. Everyone is learning reactivity. We are the ones learning it. So if anything, you'll be the ones applying them. So I think it will be very important for us to connect to ourselves very well. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Thank you very much for that submission, Basit. So we are young and we all have to connect as individuals. We can start facilitating the process to engaging our various institutions, our various departments in our various schools. So it's a very good submission. And on that note, we are all reminded to follow Raytech Eduline on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn for a chance to gain access to these exclusive packages, workshops, discounts, and souvenirs we have in store for you. I am Adigal Alfinwena, and we are still at the Eduline Innovation Summit. And we want to know, are there others who have contributions, additions, subtractions, or concerns to like addressed? Feel free to um, raise your hand and we can move on from there. Okay, so it seems so far everything is being well assimilated. So we are going to go straight to Basit. Do you have a question?
Yeah, it's not really a question. I'm just trying to adapt to some of the things like they said earlier. So about getting started, I think all you need is a positive mindset. Yes, a positive mindset to get started. Immediately you just start, you start. You would actually see like websites you can learn, like everything will start opening up for you. Yes, that's how it is. Just get started. Just start something. Everything will start opening up. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Basit. And before we give our closing remarks, we started something and I said we are supposed to add jargons to tech. So, for instance, I would say tech is bay, tech is classy. So, every single participant is going to share his voice or her voice, and we're going to make this interesting. And you need to start seeing the reactions when you hear someone's slogan and you feel like, wow, this is, yeah, then you react to it. So, Basit, tech is.
Yeah, tech is money. Tech is money.
Tech is money. That is from Basit and Tijani. Tech is. Hi Tijani. Tech is.
Yeah, please come again, come again, come again.
I said you should add a slogan to tech. A slogan that resonates very well with you. So Basit says tech is money. What is tech to you? Tech is.
To me, tech is power.
Tech is power, and that's from Tijani. I saw Francis's comment, and he says tech is the future. That is awesome. That is dope. Kindly share your reactions. Let us see them coming. Okay, at this point, if you have a slogan for tech, raise your hand, and you'll be selected to say it.
Alvin, I think I speak for everybody now when I say tech is basically everything, bro. Tech is basically everything. So
Tech is basically everything. So at this point, yes, Lawsing, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so for me with tech, I feel like a superhero in the sense that I can do a lot of things that so many people can't do. Okay, so for me, tech is a superpower.
Tech is a super response. Sharon, what is tech to you?
Tech is my flex.
Kindly come again. We want to hear it louder.
Tech is my flex.
That's a very awesome one out there. You guys can start reacting, share your reactions, share comments, share in the comments if you agree, disagree with it. Feel free. That is her choice. So we're moving on to Dorcas. Dorcas, what is tech to you?
To me, tech is exciting. Ready?
Tech is exciting. It's really exciting. It's an opportunity to explore languages, figures, numbers that appear generally complex and finding the meaning around them. So if you also want to share what tech means to you, get to our socials, tag us at Raid Tech Eduline and put your hashtag. Hashtag tech is exciting. Tech is the superpower. Tech is the future. Tech is everything. And the amazing comments that are coming in. So at this point, we bringing the conversation to a close. So we calling all participants. If you have questions, you can start sharing them. Our panelists are ready to go straight into your questions. We are ready to start distributing our souvenirs, our packages, but you have to go to our social media pages, Raytech Eduline, tag us, tweet, post, share, like, send us screenshots of all these activities and stand a chance for amazing opportunities at your doorstep. And we are still having the Raytech Eduline. Share your reactions. If you are if you are as excited as I am to draw the curtain to this event, let's see the emojis coming in. I see you, Sharon. I see you, Matilda. I see you, Francis. I see all of you. Yes, you can. Yeah, I see you, Real Brow say. Wala Dem Seshi, I see you. Yeah, I see all of you. If you want a free shout out, feel free to just do the needful, and then we get to give you that shout out you need.
I think I'm seeing a very, very, very interesting comment. Empowering tomorrow, today, tech unleashed. If kindly you can explain that to us.
Can you come again? And panelists, I hope you're also listening. These questions are for all of us.
So there's a comment in the comment section saying empowering tomorrow, today, tech unleashed. So I would love if Gladys can throw more light on what she has commented for us.
Okay, so Gladys, he's asking if you can throw more light on this, but I think he's basically telling all of us that tech is really empowering. It's it's necessary for us to grow as individuals, to grow in our careers and intellectual prowess. Once anyone with a question, you can feel free to share with us. You can also keep your questions coming in the comments section. Okay, I've seen. Okay, so there's a how do we actually link with some people here? So you are giving the opportunity to follow us on our social media pages. At that point, you find the people who like it. You know they are part of this community, and you can easily follow them on their socials. And from there, you can connect with them, or you can also share your contact information here. And yes, it would facilitate that particular process. Yes, and Eddie Stain with a comment here saying, Tech is a lucky charm. Tech is everything, Charlie. If you feel that Charlie vibe, I want to see your emojis in the air. Keep them coming. Tech is joy. Tech is interesting. And we are empowering tomorrow. Today, Tech Unleashed. Indeed, Tech is unleashed. And yes, Jesse has shared his contact information. And Gladys is saying that it emphasizes the transformative power of technology in shaping the future and its ability to unlock new possibilities and opportunities in the present moment. That is very good. Yes, and I see a comment from Lawson that says sounds like Eddie makes lots of money. Eddie, show us the way. They say follow who no road. If you're as excited as I am, kindly react. Let's see the reactions. Let's see them. Keep the questions coming in the comment section. If you still have consent, you can raise your hand. Okay, so Basit has shared his number here. and he's advertising his business. Yes, this is a good chance to network. He's a developer, and yes, he's a backend developer. Join him, join us. Let's do magic. Yes, and on
There's
that
another
note,
comment in the comment section. For I think from
okay,
Francis Dosa. With no
okay.
skills,
So
what areas some basic programs you advise me to learn or something general every tech guy should know?
okay, so the panelists, you can go straight with that if you have your answers ready.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So first thing is with no skills, you should. I think you will definitely find an interest. Okay, you find an interest in any of the various fields we have. We have web development where we develop websites or build websites. We have mobile application development. We build mobile applications. We have AI and so on. So you can just dive into any of this. Now I have a website that could help you. Okay, so it's roadmap.sh. I'll post it in the chat session so that you see it will just guide you to give you the guidelines and parts you should follow in the tech journey. But just to start, try learning the basics of programming. Okay, you can try with a simple language like Python. That will be quite easy for you. Or you could simply jump onto HTML and CSS for web development, anyhow you want it. Yeah, but we are here as some panelists, or some of our members here are also developers. Okay, so they can guide you. Be sharing our contacts so that you connect with us. Thank you.
Yeah, so even if you do not get to get our contact information in the comment section, feel free to locate the Eduline platform. The admins are there. They are able, they will reach out to you and get you the information you need. I am Adiga Alvin. I'm a business strategist to some extent. I'm a project manager. I do have experience in the space of student leadership, and yes, I'm a sustainable development advocate as well. So you can also reach out to me if you need any help in any aspect which might be lacking on your side. And it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit. Yes, feel free to reach out to Jesse. His LinkedIn link is there. Yes, so it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit. Um, our panelists are doing so. At this point, I want to give a shout out to guy behind the scene, Alan Selassie Ametame. He's doing amazing. He has been a key stakeholder in this event. To all the panelists, in fact, they have brought their A game, and I'm so elated and excited to be working with you on this particular project. And yes, to the participants, the Headline Innovation Summit has come to stay. Very soon we'll start having face-to-face meetups. We'll have program lineups all ready for you to actively engage. And yes, we would all grow together in the tech space. So now you're taking our closing remarks. But before that, if anyone has a question, a comment, something you like to share, feel free to do that. You can raise your hand, you can send it in the comment section. We are ready to attend. So in relatively the next 5 seconds, if we do not see any reaction, we're moving on to the closing remarks. Okay, so there's a question in the comment section. It says, what aspect of tech does Eduline, um, what aspect of tech does Eduline major in? That is from Eddie Stein. Yes, so all the panelists will touch on this, but I want to let you know that we are diversified, we are broad. We are not limiting ourselves to only a single aspect. As our theme already suggests, we are empowering young people in the tech space. We are not saying maybe the AI tech space or the coding space, the programming space only. We are opening our doors to all entities. And as the years go by, as time goes by, we would categorize them and then develop a more comprehensive system to get everybody on board. So, Lawson, Dorcas, Jesse, Sharon, if you have anything to share, you can also add on.
Yes. So one thing I'd like to add is that you shouldn't be afraid to reach out to people. I mean, so far as you want to enter into the tech space, you shouldn't be afraid to reach out because from let me take from my experience because let me take this from my experience from my point of view. So when I wanted to start something in a tech space, I didn't know what to do. So I was jumping from one tech stack to another. Today I'll do website, tomorrow I'll do mobile app. The next week I'm doing something else. So with that, I wasn't consistent because I didn't know what I wanted. Wanted, or I really didn't know what to do for myself. You get it. And so with that, it's normal. It's normal when you start that way. Some people too have decided on everything and they just start from the word go. And so you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be scared to reach out. I mean, LinkedIn is a great way to do so, and Twitter, and I'll say Twitter too because that's where I get most of my information about what is happening in the tech space and the jobs that are available there. And so every each and every one of us should take it a chance to set our goals and clear and set out our goals clear and straight and be able to make sure that we are able to do whatever we want to do. And another thing, or let me pause here for a while. That for that one, I'll continue with that when I'm giving my closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Jesse. And it's true, the tech space is highly diversified, and in order to thrive successfully, you need to find your niche. So find what you are good at, find what you love the most, and develop on that and build on that. So to the other panelists, kindly share your remarks. So yes, so we call this program to a close. So Dorcas, you can share your final remarks.
So, uh, as part of my final remarks, as youth in this 21st century, I urge each and every one of us to be curious, to be courageous, and be confident. And we should also follow our interests, our passions, and goals in this vast tech space. We should make sure we get mentors and then follow our peers in the tech space also. Yeah, that's what I have for them.
Thank you very much for that. I hope you are getting more food for thought. You are still learning. It's the Eduline Innovation Summit. We are streaming live on YouTube and on this link. A big thank you to our partners, ACES, Telesa, RateTech, Eduline, Tech Talk YouTube channel, and to the CWBD and all other partners and people working behind the scenes. Losing your final remarks.
Okay. Yeah, so what I would say is, I'll just give you a piece of advice. So when you enter the tech space, let's say you're a newbie and you enter the tech space, one thing you have to keep in mind or at your fingertips is consistency. Okay, you need to be consistent with what you do all the time. Let's say you do coding, you code or you build websites or build whatever. You need to be doing it almost every day, so that you just sync with what you do. All right, so that's one thing you should keep in mind. And also try to connect with people. There are a lot of people out there who are very good. I mean, even within this small space or this small meeting we are having here, there are a lot of people who are really good. Try to connect. People are sharing their LinkedIn profiles and all that. Try to connect, and you will definitely find your way through the tech space. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Lawson. Yeah, so now you're moving on to Sharon. Sharon, what are your final remarks?
Thank you, Alvin. What I'll say to everyone listening is that don't get intimidated by the people who are already um, doing well in the tech space. We all have different timelines. We all began at different times. So you don't expect your skill set to be at par with your mentors or the gurus in tech. You have to focus on yourself, work at your own space, and eventually you get there and connect with the people who are at the top rather than um sulking because you haven't reached their level. Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you very much for that, Sharon. And yes, Jesse, your final remarks.
So, what I would like to say is that you can make it in the tech space, and so no one should let you, or no one should tell you that you cannot make it. I mean, I also said the same thing a few years ago, but so far this is where I can say I've reached, and it hasn't been an easy journey, and so you should take it upon yourself that you can make it. Just plan your time very well, and especially for those in a university, you have a lot of time. Don't say that I'm in third year and so I do not have time. No, you have a lot of time. And so one year alone, just commit 1 year into developing yourself into tech, and trust me, you can be among the top gurus in the tech space in Ghana and even in the world, or you can even become better than I am. And so what I'll leave with everyone is that it is possible. You just have to plan it very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Jesse. And yes, before we started this summit, in from the WhatsApp group, we shared Google document forms for everyone to fill. If your expectations have been met, I want to see the emojis expressing them. If you have any final remarks as a participant, you can share it in the comment section. We would read them, we would share to the rest of the world. And it's still the Eduline Innovation Summit. Big thanks to our partners, Raytech, Eduline, Telisa, Aces, Tech Talk YouTube channel. Yes, and all the wonderful people who have helped in making this summit a reality. And yes, Eddie Stein says, I haven't used my mic today. So, Eddie, the floor is yours. Make us smile.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. It's good to be on here, Charlie.
You have a nice mic, by the way.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm Eddie. I just want to add a little I just want to add a little spice to what uh Sharon said. So I think before you start a project or anything new or something, you get this doubt or this thought that Charlie, someone is already doing it, or people have already started it. I can't do it, and all that. And my personal experience is that I wasn't much into this tech thing and all that. So I was just like Charlie, more of school guy, go to school, learn some maths and social studies, be away, Charlie. But then in time, at least I gave myself space. I saw some few videos. I go to YouTube, and then I mean, what I'm doing now, I don't even believe it. I can't believe it. Do you understand? Yeah, so I just want to use this as an encouragement to other new people who are here that Charlie, being a part of Eduline is something great. Having a team to grow with and to learn with is something that's going to go a long way to help all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Eddie. Let's show some love to Eddie. And if you also feel your microphone hasn't been tested, feel free to also put it in the comment section. We'll give you the chance to also share your final remarks as we call this a quit. Yes,
Yes.
Basit.
Oh, Basit, you are waiting. Test
Basit,
your
you can
mic.
take the floor.
saw some few videos. I go to YouTube, and then I mean, what I'm doing now, I
Okay,
don't
so
even believe.
Tijani, if you
I
have
don't even
anything
believe
to
it.
say,
I
you can
can't
add it
believe it.
and we would,
Do you
yeah.
understand? Yeah. So I just want to use this as an
I think
encouragement to other new
this
people who
summit
are
has
here.
been very awesome. With our beautiful audience and wonderful panelists. But I think there's something we are leaving out, and that's our very, very, very knowledgeable host. And I think everybody should just start hitting the reactions for him. I want to be seeing
Oh, you're
reactions
making me
because it isn't
emotional. I
easy.
really appreciate
He has,
it.
he has, he has, he has
Thank you.
really, he has really helped us. He has really done this. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. So shout out to
Thank
Alvin
you.
at Gal.
Yes, Alvin Adigao on all socials. It's still Alvin Adigao. You can feel free to connect with me. I'm ready. I'm not online 100%, but then I can say yeah, I'm getting there. So yes. So we about to call this session to a close, and I want us to think, to ponder on what we have learned from this session, and everybody should go into the comment section, make an assertion to do something. For instance, what I have learned from this summit, I'm going to write down, I'm going to build that, do that. Let's put down certain goals here. And the next time we convene together, we will check if those goals were accomplished. I want to see those in the comment section. In the meantime, I want us to end with a slogan. Tech is, yeah, an ultimate one. Yeah, that would go home and sleep with. Yeah, so you can start bringing your submission. Me, I'll say tech is guy. Lawson says she's going to build the next big thing. Yes, Lawson, be watching you, and I'm ready to also offer my input. Yeah, so yeah, let's link up and we do that. Yeah. So yes. So let's see. Basit says back-end development and React Native, a mobile app development platform. Yes, so start sharing what you will do right after this and the food for thought you are going home with.
I
And
think
also feel free
we
to.
can all conclude that Bassett loves money. We all do, but Bassett, we know you love money. So yes, we know you're a developer. So, but by the way, you are doing nice by advertising yourself and what you do. That's it.
Yeah, so guys, you may not know who your next employer is. So when you get the opportunity, you have to shoot your shot in the right direction. Yeah, so what are we ending with? Jesse, what do you think should be our ultimate slogan? Let's hear from each panelist as their final submissions, and then we have a quick ballot on that, and then we call it close. Yeah, so Eddie Stein says he's going to develop a neurotechnology communication and he will need help, all the help he can say. I'm here to help you. I actually am passionate about the health sector, and yes, so I'm a biology student. So yeah, I can offer my input when you need it. Yeah, so yes, Lawson, what is your final take is?
Yeah, so as I said, tech is a superpower.
He's still maintaining tech is a superpower. Now, Jesse,
Tech is money day.
tech is money day. Sharon,
I can say I expected that from Bassett.
So, Alvin, I'm still maintaining my tech is a flex.
yeah, now Dorcas, what about you?
I would say tech is basically the future. So
Tech is basically the future. So, guys, which one are we voting for? Is it
Future.
tech is money day? Is it tech is the future? Tech is a superpower? Sharon, yours again. I didn't really get it.
Tech is my flex.
Tech is my flex. So, guys, which one are we taking? So, when I mention the name, then we see we vote with your reaction. So, So tech is money day. How many people are for it? One. I see one, two. Okay, so I think we can move on to the next. So tech is a superpower. How many people are voting for this? We see one, we see two. Okay, two. Yes, still two. You see three. Yes, so we see four, five. Okay, so now we're moving to tech is my flex. Let's see the reactions coming. Yeah, okay, we see three there. And now tech is the future. Let's see them coming. Okay, okay. So it is my singular honor to present to you our slogan for the night. So our slogan is Tech is Money Day, Tech is a superpower, Tech is my flex, Tech is the future. If you're as excited as I am, let's see it in the reaction.
Can't we just pick the two ladies' slogans?
We are working with everybody. It's we are yeah, we are together on this. I believe so. So on this note, I'd like to invite um Mubarak to share his final remarks. Then we move straight to Alan, who will also share his closing remarks, and then we can say goodbye.
Okay, for me, I don't really have anything that much to say, but but if you really want me to say something, I will just have to say that this has been a very very interesting thing to involve myself in, and knowing that I can help people and people can help me get better at what they do is a very nice feeling. Do you get me? So this has been nice and nice meeting everybody. Thank you once again to Alvin for hosting us, and thank you to Alan for making this possible, and everybody that's here. I think CWBD and every other person that made this possible. So at the end of the day,
Yeah, thank
I think we've learned something. So thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Mubarak. Your input has been well accepted. We appreciate you joining us here. And yes, now I'm inviting Alan. Alan, can you have your remarks and then we call it a close? Thank you very much for that, Alan. And to our panelists, from Sharon to Jesse to Dorcas to Lawson to Dr. Board to active participants, Francis, I remember Eddie, I remember Basit. Yes, to all of you for making this a success. We are really grateful. This is still, we have come to the close of the Eduline Innovation Summit. We hope you have learned a lot. Feel free to reach out to us on our social media platforms, our pages. Do well to follow. And a big thank you to the Telecommunications Engineering Students Association, the ACES, um, Raytech, Eduline, and the CWBD. It has really been a pleasure working with all of you. And at this point, I want us to end with emojis. Yeah, we should bring them out. I want to see like 30 billion. Yeah, let us keep them flying.